In the process of printing magic cards, there is still time to run. Introduction. This is the world of magic card masters, where strong players roam the world without taboos and endless happiness. But Su Chengyang doesn't care. As the selection for the elite class is about to begin in the second year of Qingbei University, he has not yet taken on the main battle of magic cards. Fortunately, he has talent. Deduction space, taking the opportunity to urinate and escape, and successfully deducing the card construction. Blue eyes and white dragons. In the selection competition, Su Chengyang held the Dragon Clan magic card and said, "I'm sorry for waiting so long. You're running now, it's too late." Woo woo. Summoning the dragon for the preliminary selection, it's too bullying. The opponent wiped away tears. As a qualified card maker, it is reasonable to be able to print cards on site. In competitions such as the World Academy League, the Global Star Magician Competition, and the Magician World Cup, Su Chengyang will print out the blue-eyed Ultimate Dragon, Dark Mage, Omega Beast, 12 Apostles, 3 Illusionary Gods, Light Creation Gods, and so on, one by one, the Heavenly Demon card. Until the World Cup final, he looked at the dean of the opposite college, took out a divine card, and said, "Dean, you can run now, there's still time." P.S. Magic Card Streaming Novel, authored by experienced authors, with stable updates and quality assurance. Chapter 1. Unfinished Magic Card. Blue-Eyed White Dragon. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The white light shines down, making the space exceptionally bright. On the gray tile wall, there is a line of slogans, taking a small step forward and a big step towards civilization. Yes. The people of Su Chengyang are in the single room of the toilet. The ventilation fan at the top is rotating, with only the blades making a faint sound, and there is no trace of odor in the air. This made Su Chengyang a bit uncomfortable. The hygiene conditions in his former college were not up to this level. Of course, that's understandable. Not every college can be called the Qingbei University. If you look at the name of this university, it has both Qing and Bei, and when combined, it is not an ordinary university. Su Chengyang pressed his brow with his hand. I can feel the delicate skin coming from my fingertips, without any refreshing feeling of oil. I am a 17-year-old boy now. He is also a magician with strong spiritual power and mastery of extraordinary magic cards. Magic card master, magic card. Su Chengyang murmured. He lowered his head and looked towards his waist. The waistband is not unfastened. A specially designed card box is fastened onto the blue school uniform pants belt. Although the card box is made of plastic material and has a white and blue color scheme, it has a very good texture and quality. In this card box is Su Chengyang's existing magic card. He opened the lid of the card box with one hand, like an unfolded folding fan, with each slot fan-shaped. There are a total of 5 card slots, of which only 4 slots contain magic cards. Su Chengyang's gaze at these 4 magic cards was very complicated. Coming into this world was something he had never imagined before. Before coming to this world, his understanding of magic cards was basically limited to an anime, in which there was a pharaoh king and a millennium-old artifact. Summon powerful wizards, demon-like great mages, various powerful dragon clans, and even fantasy gods through magic cards, surpassing the existence of fantasy gods. That is a magnificent world full of imagination. When you break through the gap of dimensions and truly come to the world of a magician, become a magician. Even, perhaps one day in the future. I will also stand on the most glorious stage, the most glorious battlefield, summoning my own dark mage, Omega Beast, and the illusionary god that can crush everything. Witnessing all the efforts of the enemy in vain, trembling in the infinite pressure of the god summoned by oneself, everything being crushed into powder in the vortex of divine power. Countless viewers lifted their arms and shouted, boiling with excitement for their victory. What an exciting moment this is! Su Chengyang felt his skin beating, he really likes magic cards. I prefer everything it brings. He pulled out 3 of the 4 magic cards from the card box and held them with one hand, feeling their icy texture like jade. At the moment he touched it, a blurry light and shadow seemed to appear before his eyes. In the blurry light and shadow, there is the outline of the monster in the magic card. That is a cute and delicate little loli. She is about 1.2 meters tall, with a flower bud on her head, a cute round face, and a pair of big eyes that are very confused. Her small hands are on her body, and she is barefoot. Pinching up this magic card, Su Chengyang glanced at the front of the card. At the top is the name of the magic card. Angel Flower Demon, with a blue font color. The name is engraved with 3 stars, indicating that it is a 3-star level magic card. The lifelike image is engraved on the magic card, giving people a visual impression of its true existence. At the bottom of the magic card is its combat power numerical information. Angel Flower Demon, Monster Magic Card. Su Chengyang pinched it and looked down at the next magic card. The name of this magic card is Flame Heavy Knight, blue font, 3 stars, also a monster magic card. The last 3rd magic card is neither a monster card or a magic card, but an armed card. Su Chengyang withdrew all 3 magic cards from the card box. Looking down at the card box, the 4th card slot out of 5. There is a magic card in the card slot. It is an unfinished magic card. Buzzing. The phone in my pocket vibrated. Buzzing. Another vibration. I took out my phone and saw that someone had sent a WeChat message. Fingerprint verification unlocked the lock. Su Chengyang clicked on WeChat and saw that there was a new message sent over. The message was sent by the same person. He remained silent, watching the message sent. My handsome and obedient son, I miss you. Today is the day for the selection of your 2nd grade elite class, right? I heard from you that the selection of elite classes is very strict, with only 3 people advancing out of a class of 40 or 50. Difficult, my pure son, I won't tell you to be content and always happy. It's okay if I don't tell you, just like in a regular class. You are at Qingbei University, which is one of the top universities in China that can participate in the college league. Every few decades unconditionally being able to catch up with the college league is your greatest luck, child. You must strive to get a spot in the elite class. Only students from the elite class can truly participate in the college league. In the college league, you can become even stronger and soak in the best big chest soft cute girl paper. Give me 10 chubby babies. Su Chengyang remained silent. The expression became increasingly strange, and the nose was twitching. Reply to message. Your sister. My handsome son, how could he use foul language? He said, did he learn from that bad student Zhang Mingyun? Get lost. On the other side of receiving the message, a cute little girl bit her thumb lightly and chuckled uncontrollably. If it weren't for the grand occasion now, she would have been unable to hold back and burst out laughing. Turn your perspective to Su Chengyang. His fingers strike at a fast speed, typing and sending messages. Su Chengyang. Wait for me to go out. Hanno. Ah, come on, little egg seed, can you do it? Su Chengyang. Wait and call your father. Hanno. Humph, someone can hide in the toilet now and dare not come out. Open the toilet door, walk out, turn left for 15 steps, and you will see me. Hanno. Father, you come out, Su Chengyang. Wait, I'll take care of you. He no. Mischievous expression, remind you again, don't do anything foolish. Although your strength cannot beat me, there is a chance of getting 3 spots. If you do something foolish, there is really nothing left. Su Chengyang. I know, I'm not stupid. He no. Smiling, I won't be promoted to the elite class, so I won't take you to play in the future. Su Chengyang looked at the message she sent. Silence fell. Know that Henono is not joking. In the past life, some inter-college competitions represent glory and prize money. In this world of magicians, the Academy League is one of the 3 major promotion events in the world. An event that countless people dream of, but never encounter. Once you truly participate in the college league and continue on, you can be promoted to become a strong player among the magicians in a very short period of time. The College League. Su Chengyang sighed. 1,000 years ago, an indescribable existence named Supreme Rules was born from the collective will of the entire Blue Star human race, and it is a competition held. As long as you continue to advance, you can get promotion results and your strength will improve synchronously. Su Chengyang couldn't help but feel excited when he thought of some cases. The champion team of the previous college league came from the United States in North America, and the winning student was named Musk. At the age of 17 at the time of competition, she is a 3rd-level magic card player with strength. At the end of the competition, she is 17 years old and an 8th-level magic card player with strength. The 8th-level magic card master is already a powerful existence that can easily destroy a small world, with a lifespan of over 500 years. Decades have passed since the last college league, and according to legend, Musk is now a 9th-level card player, a true existence like a heavenly pride. What was Su Chengyang pursuing in his past life? Wealth, freedom and class rise. To put it bluntly, compared to a 17-year-old 8th-level mage, wealth, freedom and class advancement are nothing. In this world, countless talented individuals around the world dream of participating in college leagues, but they are born out of time and do not have this opportunity. After all, most of the time, there is no college league at all, so how should one participate in college leagues? The reason for this is because the timing of each college league is completely random, perhaps more than 10 years apart, perhaps 60 or 70 years, and many talented individuals have never been able to seize such an opportunity in their lifetime. Now Su Chengyang has caught up and met. Don't miss it. Su Chengyang's gaze burst into a flash of light. The selection of elite class members must be won by oneself. Magic card. Su Chengyang swiped his hand over the card box at his waist. I took out a magic card from the card box, it's the 4th magic card, unfinished. The unfinished monster on the magic card is engraved. Monster, it is truly an impossible monster to appear on Samsung. That's it. Dragon. Dragon, Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net. Dragon Clan is a dominant race among many magical card races. The weakest dragon race is the Flying Dragon, the Earth Dragon, and even the lowest star level requires 4 stars to be displayed, which can only be controlled by a 4th-level magic card master. The true threshold for the dragon race, with complete forms of dragon wings and claws, must be at least at the 5-star level. Moreover, only a few 5th-level magic card masters can control such Dragon Clan magic card monsters. The unfinished magic card held in Su Chengyang's hand. The outline of the monster has been completed, and it is clear that it is a dragon. A white dragon with blue eyes. It is not yet fully constructed and does not have its own name. With it, you can win. As long as it can be fully constructed, Su Chengyang squeezed the magic card tightly. Su Chengyang is not a god. He couldn't construct a 3-star dragon demon card monster. But what if it's a clever method? Constructing the white dragon in a cartoon style is a genius idea. Su Chengyang was a bit wrong. In this world, Blue Star has a 1,000-year history of being a magician. There are countless magicians who have come up with this point. The true genius is him, he is really about to construct the cartoon white dragon. It's almost enough to make up for it. Su Chengyang exhaled a breath. Make up your mind. Consume mental energy before the competition, do not hesitate. Construct it. Before constructing it, Su Chengyang chooses to use the Blue Star Supreme Rule to endow every Blue Star magic card master with the ability. Open the personal information page. He wants to check his current situation. Chapter 2. Cartoon. Successful construction of blue eyes and white dragons. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The information panel is the ability bestowed upon every magician by the highest rules. It can provide detailed basic information about the magician. These pieces of information are classified as top secret and cannot be seen by anyone other than the magician himself. After Su Chengyang chooses to open the information panel, the semi-transparent white page was suspended in front of his eyes. Personal information panel, name. Su Chengyang race. Blue star. Human race age. 17 years old, based on blue star time, occupation. Magic card master equal level. Third level. Advanced, the small realm of the third level. Junior, intermediate, advanced, peak, can control up to 3-star magic cards. Spiritual strength. 197/197 points magic card imprint. 2, can summon up to 2 magic cards at the same time, identity. Student of Class 3, Grade 2, Qingbei University Talent 1. Copy. Introduction. Select a summoned magic card monster, copy the target, and unleash 100% of its combat power. Note. The copied monster does not occupy the magic card mark and can be used as a sacrificial offering. Talent 2. Inference. Introduction. Open an independent spiritual space where you can invest your consciousness into it and use your mental energy to deduce and construct magic cards. Note. The deduction of monsters is limited by the volume of spiritual space, and monsters created by self-deduction must be able to complete monster summoning on their own. Knowledge. Basic explanation of magic card race, mastery, tactical collaboration between plant clan and warrior clan, mastery, application of basic elements of magic card, beginner, and so on. Skill. None, unable to learn and master the use of spiritual power at the current level, magic card, only displaying 3-star levels. Angel Flower Demon, plant clan/wood, blue quality, flame heavy knight, 3-star. Warrior clan/fire, blue quality, fully armed. Flowing fire spear, 3-star. Armed card, blue quality, comprehensive evaluation. 4 stars, original 2 stars, entered Qingbei University with rare and extraordinary talent, a student with potential. Special awakening of second talent, already possessing the foundation to become a heavenly pride, with infinite possibilities in the future. Su Chengyang's focus is on the numerical value of spiritual power. 197 points of mental power have been restored. Enough, we can continue to deduce and construct a brand new magic card. He unleashed his talent. Deduction. Projecting one's own consciousness into the spiritual space, a pure white, flawless, and colorless independent space. The space is a cube, with a length, width, and height of 15 meters each. Construct a magic card with 3 stars, and this space is sufficient. There are many wonderful uses of spiritual space. For example, you can keep the progress of the previous deduction, and when you need to deduce again, you can read the progress and continue to deduce the magic card monster on the original basis. Su Chengyang read the progress of the previous deduction. In an instant, many blurry and complex lines appeared, arcs, curves, some tough lines, sharp intersections, merging with each other. Composed a 3-dimensional dragon. It's like a 3-dimensional image, but it's more realistic. There are many difficulties for a magician to construct a magic card monster, and it is not easy. The existence of monsters must be self-consistent, without any logical flaws, otherwise they cannot truly exist. Forcefully imprinted on the magic card, when summoned, the card will also collapse and self-shatter in an instant. Blue-eyed white dragon, it's said to be blue-eyed, but it doesn't have eyes yet, Su Chengyang murmured, holding his chin with one hand. He projects his consciousness into the spiritual space. There is no difference between one's own existence, feelings, and reality. That's also the case. Su Chengyang held his chin with one hand, pondering and observing the constructed white dragon. There are multiple difficulties in the construction of magic cards, and the most difficult one is the finishing touch. The finishing touch will give the magic card monster a true soul, or it can be said that it will be given a pair of eyes to truly recognize, see the world, and see itself. If the finishing touch fails, the magic card monster will collapse on its own. The finishing touch is successful, and the creation of the magic card is also 80% complete. The biggest challenge Su Chengyang is currently facing. It's about how to complete the finishing touch. He carefully observed the white dragon created in the form of a cartoon tribe. It inevitably has the characteristics of a cartoon tribe. For example, the lines are soft and lack some realistic details. It is 6.24 meters long, with wings spread out 5.4 meters. Its head is significantly larger than that of a typical dragon demon card, and its tail, claws, and other features are much more rounded. From a purely aesthetic perspective, its appearance is not necessarily high. Blue-eyed white dragon, Su Chengyang was still pondering what to do. There is a hint of regret in my heart. Before constructing the blue-eyed white dragon, Su Chengyang had many plans for constructing a powerful magic card. After eliminating other races such as magic, warrior, and superpower, the dragon race was chosen. The dragon clan also has multiple plans. Su Chengyang generally has two goals in his heart. They are respectively Ice Dragon and Light Dragon. Ice dragons possess the characteristics of ice elements, which can freeze and control some enemies. The advantage lies in the control force, while the structure is more stable and the construction difficulty is relatively low. The light dragon possesses the characteristics of light elements, which can counter monsters with great dark and evil attributes, but it is rarely restrained. The advantage lies in the absolute destructive power of light elements, which can also target many magic card races. The difficulty lies in the high difficulty of constructing the light dragon, and once it fails, it is likely to miss the screening of the elite class. The choice between Ice Dragon and Light Dragon is confusing. But Su Chengyang ultimately chose to give it a try. I chose the more difficult Light Dragon, and to some extent, the prototype was based on the previous life's magic card monster. Finally, it was determined to be a blue-eyed white dragon. With the talent of deduction, Su Chengyang made multiple modifications to the appearance and internal structure of the white dragon during his time, which gradually took shape. The difficulty far exceeds expectations. So, there are two pieces of news. Good news, the white dragon of the cartoon tribe is stronger than expected. Bad news, the white dragon of the cartoon tribe is too difficult to construct and cannot participate in the selection of the elite class. Yes. The selection for the elite class has begun. The construction of Su Chengyang's white dragon has not been completed yet. After arriving at the scene, he found a reason to ask the class teacher for a leave of absence to use the restroom for a while. Class teacher Jiang Qingyao agreed. This is what happened now. Su Chengyang went into the toilet alone, grabbed the key, and thought about how to construct the magic card. He doesn't have much time. In short, the fault tolerance is very low. Give it a try. Give it a try. Su Chengyang consolidated his spiritual strength. Formed a magical construction pen condensed by spiritual power, with mysterious brushstrokes and circular eye lines. The circular lines of the eyes formed ripples, engraved in the eye sockets of Bai Long's huge head. At the moment of imprinting, soft light emanated from the head of the white dragon, which began to tremble violently and struggle. Roar. It needs to look up, it roars, its massive body collapses in an instant, transforming into thousands of light particles and disappearing into the air. All the mental energy has dissipated, and this time the finishing touch failed. Ha! Su Chengyang exhaled and failed again. He has been stuck in this step for a long time. Continuing to forcefully construct will only lead to failure. At this moment, a voice came from the neighboring bathroom. Lao Su, why don't you let this take a moment and let out a sigh? Su Chengyang heard this sound. Temporarily detached from mental space. He is too familiar with this voice, isn't it Zhang Mingyan's voice? Who is Zhang Mingyan? His desk mate is also a bad friend in the eyes of Hinono. On weekdays, a pair of small eyes squint and look cheap. Why did you come out too? Su Chengyang asked. Hi, don't mention it. Zhang Mingyan's voice came again. This is our class monitor's trouble. When I sat there, my classmates were too scared to let go of the selection and compete. If you ask me, the college just didn't consider it carefully. With just my strength, I still rely on competitions and selection. If I were to advance directly, it would be over. It's so bad to have to bring painful and frustrating memories to my classmates who met me. I can't bear it in my heart. You're right, Lao Su, Lao Su. Su Chengyang's face turned black upon hearing this. Is this human language? Pull it off, you just want to pretend to be forced, the last one to appear. He directly pierced Zhang Mingyan's thoughts. After all, he is a 17-year-old boy who has some thoughts and actions in his second year of high school. What's his big mistake? I don't know what you're talking about. There is one thing that Su Chengyang recognizes. Zhang Mingyan's strength is indeed very strong, ranking first in his class all year round, and he is also considered one of the best in the eyes of many people throughout the second grade. Lao Zhang, I have a question for you. If it's a combination of cartoon and dragon magic cards, how can you focus more firmly? If you can't click, give up, it's at the 3-star level. If you're a dragon or cartoon tribe, you can click on a ghost. If you're a 4-star or 5-star, there's still a possibility. Just carve your eyes in the dragon's hand and let it slip into its eyes after summoning it. Yu read books www.yuyukeangshu.net. Anyway, you're a cartoon tribe. What's wrong with being stubborn? I'll go. Lao Zhang, you're amazing. Thank you later. Su Chengyang's eyes lit up. He truly deserves to be the top expert in the class. With just a casual word or an idea, he is eye-catching. He opens up his spiritual space. Then, the first thing is to block Zhang Mingyan's nagging. Concentrate and start constructing the white dragon again. With a completely new approach, he became proficient in everything. The magic construction pen once again began to focus, but this time the spot was on the dragon's claw of the white dragon, allowing for more details to be engraved on the eyes. Not for a while. Buzz. The body of the blue-eyed white dragon trembled slightly, its tail lifted, and its wings gradually stretched out. Su Chengyang restrained his excitement. Stare at it without blinking. It emitted a subtle dragon roar and gradually woke up, with the eyes and eyeballs on the cartoon dragon claw hand spinning. Staring at the groove in the eye socket of his dragon head, he slowly inserted his eyes into his eye socket and carefully rubbed it with a cute and silly gesture. Ah! When it looked up and roared, perhaps its belly was too round and it let out a full burp. A pair of cute and round Kazalan blue big eyes stared at Su Chengyang with a bright and lively expression. To be honest, Su Chengyang had seen this gaze on Husky before. Success. Su Chengyang clenched his fist. There's still time. He is detached from his spiritual space. With your right hand, swipe over the top of the card box and pull out the fourth unfinished magic card. Pinch the magic card and stare at it. It's time to give it life. Chapter 3. That's the dueling ground. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Reproduce the operation of spiritual space. This is the construction process of the magic card. The magic card was magnified proportionally, with a diameter of 1 meter, floating in front of Su Chengyang. He condensed his spiritual power into a magic construction pen, using spiritual power as the line. Drawing the big eyes of the white dragon, Kazalon's gaze is agile and lifelike, it is a real living creature. The last step. Seal. Su Chengyang crossed his hands and engraved the completed white dragon on the magic card. The magic card, originally 1 meter in diameter, was proportionally reduced and restored to its original size. The magic card floated in front of Su Chengyang like this. Its surface is glowing with a soft glow. You can see the lifelike engraving of the blue-eyed white dragon on the front of the magic card, with its name on it. Blue-eyed white dragon. Different from Su Chengyang's existing 3-3-star magic cards. Blue-eyed white dragon is a 3-star magic card, but its font is blue instead of blue. Holding such a magic card that consumed all his energy, Su Chengyang felt proud, satisfied, and joyful. I didn't expect to actually do it myself. Created something that is logically impossible. View magic card information. Yes, this is also one of the abilities bestowed upon the mage by the Supreme Rule. You can view your own magic card information, but not others' magic card information. Magic card information name. Blue-eyed white dragon type. Monster card star rating. 3 stars quality. Cyan, quality level. White, blue, cyan, purple, silver, pink, red, gold, etc. Race/attribute. Cartoon clan, light attribute, appearance. A white dragon born in the form of a cartoon tribe, it has 2 wings that can fly, sharp dragon claws, and a powerful dragon tail, all of which are very powerful weapons. Health. 2900/2900 combat power. 800.1100 points. The summoning value is determined by the mental strength of the mage and the degree of compatibility with the monster. Defense. 680.900 points. The summoning value is determined by the mental strength of the mage and the degree of compatibility with the monster. Talent 1. Resonance of the White Dragon. Introduction. When the same members of the White Dragon family appear on the field, each member can increase their combat power by 100 points. Up to 300 cumulative points, Talent 2. Pure Light Dragon. Introduction. White Dragon is a pure light dragon that has the ability to counter all dark attributes and enemies with evil characteristics. When dealing with such enemies, it will cause additional pure light element damage effects. Skills. Dragon Tail Sweeping, Dragon Wing Light Wave, Light Bomb, and Intense Destruction Beam. Introduction. The world's first 3-star level pseudo-dragon demon card monster, with combat power of the same star level and crushing level. After reading its information. As a monster with 3 stars, it is truly a powerful superpower. Not only does it have dual talents, but it also has extremely strong combat power, with 4 skill enhancements. Su Chengyang has already started to look forward to it. What kind of scene should it be when I really summon it and release the blazing beam of destruction? Is the construction of the magic card over? Zhang Mingyin's voice came from next door. He actually knows what Su Chengyang came to the restroom for. Except for Hinono, Su Chengyang has not talked to anyone about this matter. How did you know? Su Chengyang was somewhat surprised. How did I know? Old Su, hee, with my smart brain, how could I never have thought of it? Besides, you wouldn't think that the old class doesn't know your careful thinking. Zhang Mingyun spoke with a hint of envy in his tone. He said, the old class really favors you. Do you know why the old class is like this? If anyone else were to agree to hide here and construct a magic card at this time, how do you know that others can't do it? The homeroom teacher always treats everyone equally. Su Chengyang put blue eyes and white dragons into the card box, which was a trump card. Deng Qilang also wanted to come, but was scolded by the old class, saying not to see others using the restroom, but to follow along and prepare well for the competition. Zhang Mingyun laughed wildly and said, "Old Su, you don't know Deng Qilang's look and expression, which probably makes your teeth itch with anger. Don't bump into him later, you guys shouldn't be paying attention to him. What's the point? Let's talk about what happened in the old class just now. Why is it like this?" Su Chengyang was even more curious. Why did the class teacher open up to him? What are the insider reasons? "Old Su, you probably haven't heard any insider information, have you?" Su Chengyang was speechless, and roast, "I'm not inside. Where can I get inside information?" Cough, our old class has already confirmed that we are the class teacher of the elite class. Zhang Mingyun's tone was exaggerated. Indeed, Jiang Qingmiao is not very old. At this age, serving as the homeroom teacher for the elite class at Qingbei University really gives me a sense of being young and taking on responsibilities. Cow. Su Chengyang was surprised. I originally thought that the homeroom teacher of class 1 in grade 2 would have more qualifications and become an elite class homeroom teacher. I didn't expect it to be my own teacher. Zhang Mingyun chuckled and said, "Old Su, the old class clearly sees you as their own person, creating opportunities for you to compete for 3 spots in the elite class. You have to stand up. How do you know so much? Wait a moment, the finishing touch method just now, to be honest. Did the old class tell you?" Su Chengyang suddenly understood. He has talked to and sought her help with the construction of dragon demon card monsters in a cartoon style. Even after failing to catch the eye last night, Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net indirectly asked the homeroom teacher. Jiang Qingmiao, but did not receive any useful methods. Everything just now went too smoothly, especially when Zhang Mingyun casually came up with an idea and solved a problem that he, the old class, and he Noa couldn't solve. Not in line with common sense. "Old Su, don't keep speculating. You think you're playing Mission Impossible. Besides, even if I really tell you what's going on, Deng Qilang and these guys, none of them are like having a bunch of magic card masters at home before the competition help modify and improve their magic cards. Even if the old class really helps you, that's still right." Zhang Mingyun spoke too quickly. "I said a lot about it." Su Chengyang's heart became even more determined. It was indeed the method given by the old class, otherwise with Zhang Mingyun's personality, he wouldn't have explained so much to himself. Just one sentence. "Bull or not, call Dad." "Ha." Su Chengyang let out a long breath. At the same time as my heart warmed, I felt the gaze of the homeroom teacher behind me, and the pressure also increased a bit. At least we can't let her down. "Lao Su, why haven't you spoken up? Do you have anything you want to say?" Zhang Mingyun asked. "Let's go." "What's going on?" "Go out and return to where we should be. Dueling ground." "I'm going, I want to leave." "You go, me, the top expert in the class." "What character?" "The top character will definitely appear last. After more than 10 seconds. The men's bathroom has a dark wooden door open. 2 figures walked out almost simultaneously. Looking ahead. The front of the road. At that exit, you can see bright lights and monsters fighting against each other. There was also a burst of cheers. Chapter 4. Time is running out, hurry back. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The place of cheers is the Magic Card Master Arena of the Qingbei Academy. The venue of the arena is huge, and the audience seats can accommodate 5,000 people. The incandescent light shone on the field. A square duel arena with a diameter of 200 meters, with a white stone ground and no shadows, clearly visible. 2 magic card monsters are fighting each other. Behind the magic card monster, there is a huge cantilever, and the end of the cantilever is the player's competition platform. The magician students in the duel stand on the contestants' platform and compete with the magic card monsters to determine the final winner. The white light reflected on the audience's cheeks. They are mostly first and third grade students. When you see exciting places, you will be excited and shout constantly. In the channel. Footsteps sounded. Su Chengyang, Zhang Mingyun is walking out. They are one tall, one slightly low, one thin, and the other even thinner. Wearing the same school uniform from the second year of Qingbei University, the temperament is completely different. Su Chengyang belongs to the kind of handsome young man with a tall body, short inches of hair, bright sunshine. Compared to him, Zhang Mingyun is first slightly shorter, and then he is naturally thin, commonly known as a thin dog, with a pair of small eyes that he squints every day. A seemingly fragile appearance. But no one dares to underestimate him. Since the first grade, Zhang Mingyun has been the strongest student in class 3 of the second grade, and also the class monitor. His strength can be imagined. The college is really impressive. Why do we have first and third year students come to watch our second year competition? First year students can learn and understand, but third year students are not the same. Zhang Mingyun scratched his buttocks, completely disregarding the appearance of the image. This is not quite lively. Su Chengyang glanced at him and even sniffed the goods secretly. Zhang Mingyun's eyes suddenly widened and his voice became deep. The lively competition is what matches my strength. Old Su, we must not match together. I don't want to eliminate you. He changed his hasty image just now. Straightened his waist and back, brushed his hair over his forehead, raised his chin, and appeared in what he considered the most domineering posture. In fact, after Zhang Mingyun's complete set of movements was completed, Su Chengyang felt a sense of familiarity, even wanting to blurt out, "Big monkey." Like, really, it's too similar. I don't want to match you either, Su Chengyang said with profound meaning. Zhang Mingyun's strength is indeed strong, ranking first in the class. But that was before the birth of the blue-eyed white dragon. I really met him. Su Chengyang will not show mercy. The lights in front are getting brighter and brighter. The giant stage and duel arena became increasingly clear, and the deafening sound echoed in my ears. The entire atmosphere gives people a feeling of passion. But when Su Chengyang truly stepped out of the corridor, he saw the residents of Class 3, Grade 2, and Class 4 next to the corridor. In such an instant, he felt the hot blood rising in his body freeze in an instant. Glancing over the slightly immature faces, almost everyone was serious, tense, and meticulous. The cheers erupted from the first and third grade students in the back, forming a sharp contrast. Just like a piece of ice in boiling hot water, it cannot be penetrated by high temperatures and remains cold. Once touched, it will feel a piercing chill. Zhang Mingyun said in a low voice, "Lao Su, let's go back." He no longer jumps off like he did just now. The whole person also became serious. Su Chengyang nodded. Walking towards the direction of Class 3, Grade 2, one can feel that the classmates in the class are casting their gaze towards them. Some eyes just take a glance and then retract. Some eyes were fixed on it for a while before moving away. Su Chengyang responded with different gazes. Looking at a male classmate with light brown long hair, his eyebrows are thick and his eyes are like tiger eyes, extremely aggressive. Wide chin, tense corners of the mouth, with a hint of hostility. He is Deng Qilang, one of the top-ranked students in Class 3 of Grade 2, with a strained relationship with Su Chengyang. The reason for this is that for a long time, the two have often played evenly in competitions organized by the college, with each other having a winner or loser. "Boss, he's back," a boy with slightly dark skin whispered in Deng Qilang's ear. He is Deng Qilang's junior follower, named Wang Yin, with average strength. Wang Yin continued, "Su Chengyang must have gone to construct a magic card. I don't know if he was successful. Just let him go, not let us go. The old class is really unfair." Deng Qilang had a smile on his face, as if basking in spring breeze. He pinched his fingers below with great force, obviously not as effortless as he appeared. If you keep talking nonsense like this, Wang Yin, it's better for us not to come back again. The old class has its own judgment on how to do it, and as students, we can't criticize the teacher. He scolded Wang Yin. Ah, you're right, I was wrong. Wang Yin apologized. His gaze still gave Su Chengyang an unfriendly glare. If he really succeeds in constructing the magic card, it may pose a threat to Deng Qilang. However, there shouldn't be any problem. Deng Qilang, this guy, comes from a powerful family of magic card masters. The magic cards he prepared must be even stronger, and I have to point to his soaring success. Wang Yin thought to himself. He gradually calmed down. There must be no problem. Among the 3 spots, Zhang Mingyun will definitely occupy one, and the female demon head He Noa Noa will also occupy one. The remaining one is Deng Qilang. As long as he can be promoted to the elite class, Deng Qilang's family will provide him with more support, and he can also benefit from it to some extent. Thinking of this, Wang Yin also felt happy in his heart. Glancing at Su Chengyang with a sideways glance, even if he had talent, what could he do? The competition among magic card players is not only within the academy, but also crucial for their foundation. Only a family with a strong foundation can have a powerful inheritance magic card. It's not impossible for a magician with a heritage to rise up, but it's too difficult to stand out during their student years. Alas, Su Chengyang, who made us this fate. Unfortunately, you haven't understood this yet, otherwise you wouldn't have offended Deng Qilang. Wang Yin's mood suddenly became complicated again. I hope that Su Chengyang will lose, but I also have a feeling of rabbit death and fox sorrow. In his front row. In the front row. Front row. The position next to the homeroom teacher. Jiang Qingmiao. The Honoro people are sitting here. She is burying her head tapping her phone, typing, and clicking to send messages. Hello, hello, isn't it okay yet? There's not enough time, come out quickly. I've checked the quota, it's almost your turn. She was a little anxious in her heart. Just when she was anxious. Beside her, Su Chengyang was standing here, looking down at the message she was sending. Where is it, he said. Su Chengyang. He Noa Noa was first surprised. Then, with a surprised look, he looked up at the source of the sound beside him. Seeing that it was really Su Chengyang, he was looking down at himself, while Zhang Mingyun was covering his mouth and giggling beside him. Successfully, she asked the first sentence. Su Chengyang nodded. What, are you strong? Answer. Exceeded expectations. Chapter 5. The duel between the natural clan and the shadow clan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wow, cow. He Noa Noa exclaimed. Her originally overly round eyes have now widened again. Standing between He Noa Noa and Zhang Mingyun, Su Chengyang always had an illusion. I always feel like I'm in between 2 art styles. He Nwono is a typical Japanese cute girl, with a small round face, small size and big eyes. Su Chengyang, who jumped out of anime, would believe him. She is the kind of girl who doesn't need to wear cost dress deliberately, but gives people a strong anime feeling. In addition, as a cartoon-oriented magician, this visual experience is even stronger. And Zhang Mingyun. It can only be said that he used his eye standards to create anime. That's the kind of advanced beauty textbook that needs to be posted on Bilibili. Surprisingly successful, to be honest. Did you change the setting for constructing the magic card? She pointed her index finger at Su Chengyang, almost poking him in the nose. Wait to call, father, dot. Su Chengyang threw out a sentence. Just finished speaking. I saw He Noa Noa with a look of grievance on his face, flexibly turning around and rushing towards the homeroom teacher. Jiang Qingmiao. Teacher, look at him, bullying girls like this is too much. As she spoke, Wei Chu looked like a little pitiful. Jiang Qingmiao faced this scene and skipped the tedious process directly. Say. Su Chengyang, just say it directly. I was wrong, said Su Chengyang. You guys, have no feelings at all. He Noa wanted to make a scene again, but when he saw the homeroom teachers gaze all on Su Chengyang, he had to give up. Su Chengyang looked gratefully at the homeroom teacher. In fact, Jiang Qingmiao has always given Su Chengyang a feeling that she is not much older than herself. This is also an illusion in the world of magicians. The appearance and age of a person often do not match their true age. A middle-aged man with gray hair in his 70s and 80s may indeed be an old man. A teenage girl who appears to be in her teens may be some disrespectful old guy who has lived 1,000 years to advance to the true god of magic card masters. Jiang Qingmiao's hair color is silver, with smooth and long hair naturally scattered on her back. Her wine-red eyes, if it weren't for her soft cheeks and delicate facial features, are exactly what Chinese people look like. Anyone would believe that she is a foreigner. This is also another characteristic of the world of magicians. After reaching a certain level of strength, both spiritual power and flesh and blood will undergo evolution, and hair color, pupil color, etc. will naturally change. At this moment, Jiang Qingmiao was wearing a fitting pure white teacher's formal attire, sitting in a standard posture, and nodded to Su Chengyang. Just sit here, the competition in Group 7 is almost over, and it's your turn after Group 8. Okay, teacher. Su Chengyang took the opportunity to sit in the seat next to Hinono. Zhang Mingyun sat in the seat on the far right of Su Chengyang. A classmate in the back row witnessed this scene with envious eyes. Speaking of which, since awakening her talent as a magic card master at the age of 16 and enrolling in Class 3 of Grade 1 at Qingbei University, Jiang Qingmiao has always valued and treated Su Chengyang very well. Strong talent, really good. A classmate sighed in their heart. What amazing talent is it to be able to replicate magic card monsters. Before Su Chengyang, there were brand new top talents that were not included in the talent encyclopedia. What can you do sitting in front of me, the card master, ultimately depends on your strength, Wang Yin muttered softly. He clasped his hands together and prayed devoutly to the highest rule. I hope to perform exceptionally well. After the selection for the 7th group is over, it will be his turn for the 8th group. The selection of students in the elite class is cruel and fair. There are 48 students in the class, divided into 12 groups, with each group consisting of 4 students. Each group will select one advanced student, totaling 12, which is the first round of selection. The selection process is extremely rigorous. Its strictness lies in the fact that in each group, some students do not even have the qualifications to compete on the arena. Before the actual confrontation, there is another layer of screening, which alone will eliminate half of the students. What Wang Yin is worried about is this layer of screening. Just when Wang Yin was worried about this. The front row position. Su Chengyang sat in his seat, ignoring Noa, who was fidgeting around him. He was used to it. His gaze turned to the arena. A duel arena with a diameter of 200 meters is enough for 3 star-level magic card monsters to compete and play games. All materials on the duel arena are specially made and can resist all attacks below 5 stars without leaving any traces. At the top of the duel arena, there is a multi-sided giant screen hanging, displaying information about 2 dueling players and their main battle magic cards. Su Chengyang looked at these 2 sets of information. Contestant. Lin Yashuan, Level 3. Advanced, Main Battle Magic Card Explosive Rock Beast, 3 stars, Blue, Magic Card Race. Natural Race, Earth Attribute, Health Value. 1949/3100, Additional Armed Card. Magic Flame, increases maximum health by 500 points, Combat Power/Defense. 990/1050, Additional Armor Card. Magic Flame, increases attack and defense by 150 points, natural race, explosive giant rock beast. Su Chengyang looked at the giant beast in the duel arena. It was about 5 meters high, like a small mountain, with wide and thick rock arms burning with demonic heat. The entangled demonic heat dripped from time to time, leaving clusters of flames that could not be extinguished. He Noa whispered to him, Lin Yeshuan's family magic card has always been hidden deep. I didn't expect her to be from the noble family in Lin City. The true effect of it should be to use it in conjunction with talent. I'll see if it works later, and she has a high winning rate. Su Chengyang nodded. In my impression, Lin Yeshuan has always been very low-key, just likes to smile, rarely speaks, and rarely communicates with people. I didn't expect to have such a family background. The strength of family magic cards lies in their excellent combat power, as well as their natural affinity with family members for better control, allowing them to unleash 95% or even 100% of their combat power. He looked at another set of information. Contestant. Zhang Tianxua, Level 3. Advanced, Main Battle Magic Card Drama Master. Scammer, 3 stars, Blue, Magic Card Race. Shadow Clan, Dark Attribute, Health Value. 1290/2450, Additional Armor Card. Magic Cloak, can increase evasion and combat power/defense. 1100/750, Additional Armor Card. Magic Cloak, increases combat power by 200 points and defense by 50 points. From the perspective of the situation, Zhang Tianxua is completely at a disadvantage. The mocker has no additional advantage besides having strong attack power. But the defense of the exploding rock beast is as high as 1050 points. It is difficult to cause significant harm to it. Old Su, don't listen to Noa's nonsense. Zhang Tianxua, the old pussy, must be hiding tricks. Zhang Mingyun said his own judgment. It makes sense. Su Chengyang's impression of Zhang Tianxua is that he spends all day joking and chatting with people, and his popularity is good. But in the previous duels, we could always inadvertently break through the enemy's weaknesses and win. Su Chengyang held his chin with one hand. Watch the battle carefully. Chapter 6. White Heat, Shaving the Heart. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Whether it's Lin Yeshuan or Zhang Tianxua. The most common route taken by third-level magic card masters is a monster magic card plus armed card, strengthening the main battle magic card genre. This is also the most cost-effective combat method for third-level magic card players. The reason for this is so. It is related to the rules of the game between the magicians in this world. The rules of the card player duel are different from some of Su Chengyang's previous life's card anime fantasies. Completely different. The biggest difference is the rule of card battles in previous life fantasies is that card players generally have independent health points, and card monsters fight against each other. Only after defeating the card monsters can they attack the summoner and cause damage to them. When the summoner's value returns to 0, it is considered a showdown failure. In the real world of magicians, the confrontation is not like this. The third-level magic card masters in this world, the most important thing for each magic card master is the main battle magic card monster. If the main battle demon card monster is killed, it can be declared a failure. The reason is, every magician in this world has a magic card imprint, which is necessary to summon a magic card monster, or to arm or magic card effects. At the same time as summoning the monster, a life seal of the mage will also be engraved inside the monster's body. The magic card monster that has been engraved with its own life mark is what the magic card masters call the main battle magic card monster. The magician is engaged in practical combat in many different worlds. After summoning the main battle magic card monster, you can enter an absolutely invincible state. After the main battle demon card monster is killed, it will release itself from this absolutely invincible state. Third-level magic card masters cannot quickly transfer their own life imprints. Therefore, once the main battle magic card dies, it can be equivalent to death in actual combat. The rules of the Magic Card Master Showdown strictly follow the logic of actual combat. Therefore, in the duel between third-level Magic Card Masters, as long as the main battle Magic Card monster is defeated, it is considered a defeat. The importance of main battle Magic Card monsters is decisive. However, due to the inability to control magic cards at the third level, the mage's own magic card imprint is only 2. The best tactic is to focus on fighting monsters and armed cards, pursuing ultimate individual strength. As the level of the card players increases, the definition of the strength of the card monsters, the rules of confrontation, and so on will also change accordingly. "Burst the giant rock beast," murmured Su Chengyang. On the field. The rock arm of the explosive giant rock beast burned with demonic heat, and its dark rock palm unfolded. The demonic heat wrapped around the palm, and the air twisted in the high temperature. The firelight shone around, and not far ahead, the theater master. The spoof, holding a scepter, stood there. It is 2.5 meters tall, in human form, covered in a black cloak, wearing a strange red and white mask, and the red is like fresh blood dripping on it. Under the mask, a pair of eyes flickered with faint blue light, and the pale red mask mouth vividly curved, giving people a strange feeling. A cluster of demonic flames is dancing and burning on its right shoulder. It took a breath and swallowed mo yen in one gulp. The self-vitality has decreased from 1290 points to 1200 points. This action made Lin Yushuan feel uneasy and uneasy. She felt that something was wrong. How could a monster take the initiative to eat the magic inflammation and weaken her own vitality? Unless it already needs to weaken itself in order to unleash enough damage. That's really impressive. The hilarious person's health is only 1200 points left. Lin Yushuan, although we are desk mates, I didn't expect you to hide so deep. Zhang Tianxua spread out his hand and shook his head. I feel very helpless. All words spoken by the magician on the player duel platform can be transmitted to the opponent's player duel platform. At the same time, private conversation mode can also be activated, which prevents the audience from hearing the voices of the two people speaking. Otherwise, it will be assumed that the voice of the conversation will be played out and everyone on site can hear it. I have never tried to deceive, I just chose not to say it, Lin Yushuan blurted out a sentence. The conversation between the two did not select to open a private conversation. Everyone on site heard it clearly. If I choose not to speak, then I can also choose not to speak and remain silent, right? Okay, then I'll choose not to say it. Zhang Tianxua shrugged and chose to conceal this secret. Lifting his right arm, a strong black light burst out from his palm. He shouted, "Activate my talent. Ambush. The mocker, turn into a shadow." Assault is Zhang Tianxua's innate ability, which can endow monsters with dark attributes, but now his talent clearly has other uses. After combining with the magic cloak armor card, the scammer turned completely dark, as if a living, standing shadow. Activate your talent. Giant rock beast, use your magma to melt enemies. Lin Yushuan's pupils burst out with a crimson beam, completely enveloping the shattered giant rock beast. The rocks on its surface turn into magma, emitting high temperatures, dripping magma, emitting white smoke, and a sulfur smell appearing in the duel arena. This is already the final match. After the melting of the rock armor, the speed of the exploding rock beast suddenly increased, and its surface constantly emitted steam, roaring and waving its arms. The palm pulled out the magma giant axe, sweeping across the wide blade and chopping towards the giggler. This attack power, once hit, is basically gone. Zhang Mingyun exclaimed. Old Su, why aren't you talking? The smirk is not right. It's not a showdown, I already saw it. This guy is just an evil alien wearing the cloak of the Shadow Clan. Zhang Mingyun snorted. Su Chengyang nodded. Evil and exotic tribes are not easy to deal with. In the vast duel arena, the mocker's Z-shaped figure flickers and retreats suddenly. With each step taken, Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net swallows the remaining magic inflammation on the ground. In the blink of an eye, health has dropped from 1200 points to 1050 points. It took another bite of magic inflammation. Your health has dropped below 1000 points, leaving 985 points. Roar. It remained motionless, standing in place, letting the exploding rock beast wield its axe and turn its outstretched shadow arms into huge fingers, emitting a mournful roar. The sound wave is visible to the naked eye, and its body is constantly trembling, with ripples on its surface, completely bursting into a puddle of mud and falling to the ground. Only the outstretched arms of the shadow, their huge fingers becoming increasingly solid, one finger blocking the exploding rock beast's battle axe, and the other pinching its waist. When squeezing tightly and making a creaking sound. "Ha! You've been hit." Zhang Tianxua laughed and said, "After retaining 1 point of the life force of the spooky comedian, the rest will be transformed into the shaving heart flying sickle." Slash. A semi-transparent flying sickle flew out of the muddy shadows, unobstructed, penetrating the body of the exploding rock beast. And then Pushi. Blood spurted out from the back of the exploding rock beast, and its left arm completely exploded into rubble, scattered on the ground. The large hole, the size of a bucket, appeared in the chest of the exploding rock beast. This blow is too sudden. In the duel arena, while the first and second grade audience were shocked, many third grade students were also surprised. Always at a disadvantage, such a sudden outbreak of massive destruction in such a short period of time. The transformation is too thrilling. Zhang Tianxua smiled slightly and said, "A small return is not a sign of respect. This method, you are a member of the Weird Flow card repair team." Lin Yushuan was shocked. Chapter 7. Promotion Results. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Not bad. Many people were very surprised. Especially for the students in Class 3, Zhang Tianxua, an outgoing and introverted person, actually gets along with those who are not good at speaking, hide and seek, and gather all day long. Su Chengyang also knows about the eerie flow of card repair groups. Societies and organizations that cover the whole country and even multiple countries around the world. The mainstream members are students from major universities, with the backbone being students from the further education departments of various colleges. Mainly studying some bizarre magic cards. The purpose of the organization is to overthrow the old magic card system, and the supernatural will eventually become a deity. The Eerie Flow card repair team has a wide global coverage, but the recruitment standards for its members are indeed quite demanding. While requiring a considerable amount, members are also required to pay membership fees. Belongs to the type of organization that wants money but no money, wants power but no influence, and has to pay for things on their own, with many rules and regulations. There won't be many members either. The existence of the Strange Flow Kashuwag has been going on for decades, and it used to be an organization similar to the Riot Gang, which is disliked by people and dogs, and has undergone numerous provocative confrontations like terrorist attacks. But in recent years, it has become much more low-key due to the explosive hammering of some mainstream card masters. In the past 2 to 3 years, the reputation of the Strange Flow Card Repair Club has changed in the college. Moreover, the magic card masters who join the club often have a certain level of improvement in strength. So the development is quite good. It's not embarrassing to say that joining such an organization, even giving people a cool feeling. You really joined this kind of organization, I didn't expect it, Lin Yushuan shook her head. The Eerie Flow Card Repair Group is not the same as the rumors from the outside world. It will only be discovered when one truly qualifies to join that this place is full of progressive ideas. Zhang Tianxua placed one hand on the table and said, for example, have you ever thought of the blow from my magic card now? The flying sickle that shaves the heart. In the duel arena, the explosive giant rock beast had a missing arm, and there were continuous drops of magma in its large chest cavity. This kind of injury could no longer be repaired automatically. The outcome of this showdown has already been decided. He felt a little proud. Lin Yushuan looked at him with a proud smile on his lips. I couldn't help but embrace my chest and said calmly, the reason why the mainstream is mainstream and unshakable is because we are strong enough. We have a deep foundation. Your comedian does have some special means, some unconventional ways, but in the face of true strength, they are all meaningless means. You should say fewer words in the future and be more likable, said Zhang Tianxue, holding his forehead. This guy, why is his father's taste so strong? He moved his hand away from his forehead and stared at the duel arena. The health of the exploding rock beast had dropped to 0 points. The massive body can no longer support it and will collapse. Everything is over. The shadow mud pond has once again gathered back, restoring the original form of the drama master and the scammer. It still has 1 health point. Sorry, the non-mainstream seems to have won, he said. Many first-year students watching the duel are also whispering, and the situation seems to have been determined. But at this moment, Lin Yushuan cheered and said, activate the talent effect of the explosive rock beast, with combat endurance. When the explosive rock beast is defeated, it can continue to fight. The time can last for 15 seconds. The exploding giant rock beast, which collapsed on the ground and turned into a pile of discarded stones, propped up its body with one arm and stood up again. Its right arm is tightly gripped by a giant rock palm, and hot air overflows from the gaps between the rock fingers. The rock arm compresses like a continuously compressed spring. There's such a talent. Zhang Tianxue was shocked, and now. It's troublesome. The armed card worn by the giggler. The magical cloak. Has already broken and can no longer be effective. He watched helplessly as the giant rock beast's arms burst out, and the air roared and exploded, hitting the body of the giggler with a single blow. The body of the comedian stiffened, and then the colorful attire bulged, and the body inside exploded, tearing apart the makeup and transforming into a gray mist that dissipated. Return to its magical card form and fly back to the hands of Zhang Tianxue. Break it down. Lin Yushuan made a gesture of elegance. Announce that you have won this showdown. The northernmost and highest point of the duel arena. That is the judging seat for presiding over the selection. There are 3 seats, from left to right, with 3 powerful card players sitting. The man on the far left is a middle-aged man wearing black glasses. He is an inspector of the Qingbei University, mainly responsible for patrolling the students in the college, especially those who are generally active in the external training department. Being able to serve as an inspector naturally results in exceptional strength. His name is Bai Gu, and he is an 8th level peak mage, majoring in the demon race. The demon race. At the center is a noblewoman dressed in exquisite purple attire. She is the teaching director of the 2nd year of Qingbei University, overseeing all the students of the 2nd year. Her name is Zhou Hua, and her strength is a 9th level magic card master. The specific level is unknown. On the far right is a young man wearing military uniform, sitting there with indifferent purple pupils and expressionless expression, without any unnecessary movements, but giving a strong sense of oppression. The students on site didn't even dare to look straight into his eyes. Strictly speaking, he is the senior of everyone and has also come from the Qinghua University to serve as a selection judge here. Everyone only knows that his name is Su Wu, and his strength is unknown. He seems to be a popular figure among the departing military merit and noble flow magic card masters. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net. Magic card masters who can perform military meritorious deeds are those who must be killed from the sea of corpses and blood. They are absolutely ruthless, and their strength and character are indispensable. Bai Gu, Zhou Hua, and Su Wu had no objection to this showdown. Finally, Zhou Hua announced, Lin Yushuan advanced and received a reward of 0.1 level promotion result. She had a white fruit in her hand, big and inconspicuous. Just threw it out and drifted towards Lin Yushuan. Thank you, teaching director. Thank you to the judges. Lin Yushuan was very excited. Catch the floating promotion fruit with both hands. Zhang Tianxua looked envious upon seeing this promotion fruit. The promotion fruit, I also want to eat it, but unfortunately it's not my turn yet. Zhang Mingyun greedily said. Looking eagerly at Lin Yushuan catching the promotion fruit, there was no hesitation at all. Throw the thumb-sized fruit into your mouth. The rich spiritual power burst out from the fruit and integrated into her body. The spiritual power flowed smoothly, strengthening her brain and flesh and blood. After just a few seconds, every strand of her hair was fluttering, and a blue light flickered in her pupils, which was a manifestation of her mental outburst. Its own strength has broken through from the third-level advanced stage to the third-level peak stage. Are you envious? He Noa touched Su Chengyang's shoulder. Nonsense, who doesn't want to upgrade every second? Su Chengyang roast. Working hard to improve one's strength is too slow. Don't panic, when the 8th group ends, it's time for you to get promoted. She sighed, unfortunately, I'm in the 11th group, so slow. 11 groups are still slow, but I am 12 groups. Zhang Mingyun roast. Chapter 8. I choose to appear. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The lower the order of the group, the higher the likelihood of winning the spot. Su Chengyang glanced at the two of them. True Versailles. Zhang Mingyun suddenly realized, no wonder you are in the 9th group, Lao Su, and Deng Qilang is in the 8th group. So what I meant was, you are stronger than Deng Qilang. I see. He no fully realized and applauded. Looking at the sleeping dragon and phoenix chicks on both sides, Su Chengyang remained expressionless and got used to it. Will it cause diarrhea if no fire is supplied? Cough, Lao Su, don't worry, you can't touch each other. It doesn't matter if you come across it. The voices of the few people were not loud. But the perception ability of the magician is generally extraordinary, and Deng Qilang in the back row listened to the conversation of a few people clearly. He clenched his fist and a faint sound of grinding his teeth appeared in his mouth. My teeth are itching with anger. Zhang Mingyun, he Nanuo, with strength, just ignore what you say. I didn't expect Su Chengyang to dare not take himself seriously. At this point, Judge Seat, the main judge among the 3 judges, Zhou Hua, spoke up. In Class 3, Grade 2, Group 8, Deng Qilang went on stage for a test. Deng Qilang took a deep breath. Consolidate mindset. He stood up with a calm face in front of everyone's gaze and walked towards the tester. The so-called tester is the platform for players to compete against each other. After the competition is over, the contestants on the cantilever platform will automatically descend along the cantilever track and land at the edge of the duel arena. Deng Qilang arrived at the competition platform for the contestants. This platform has an elliptical arc shape and can accommodate one person. The front end is a half-person high operating table. There are 6 card slots on the countertop, 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, which are the places where magic cards need to be placed when summoning them. The so-called testing. It means putting all your magic cards into the card slot, and the tester will give a conclusion based on the strength of the magic cards. Pass or eliminate. Whether it's the on-site judges or anyone in any position, they cannot decide the final conclusion. The only thing that determines the conclusion is the supreme rule. In fact, the selection process of elite class members nationwide and even worldwide is supervised by the highest rules. That's also why the 3 magic cards hosting the showdown are the strong ones, referred to as judges rather than referees. There is always only one existence that has the right to make a true judgment, and that is the supreme rule that has no emotions and will not interfere with the evaluation criteria. What does this process mean to me? Deng Qilang snorted. Put all the magic cards in your hand into the card slot. Wait for 5 seconds. The elliptical front end of the contestants' competition platform is adorned with white crystals that shimmer with green light. At the same time, a message appears on both the top giant screen and the display screen of the showdown platform. Student. Deng Qilang, Level 3. Advanced. Passed. Climb onto the contestants' showdown platform. Zhou Hua spoke without any emotion, just following a routine. Deng Qilang nodded. Pressed the green button on the player's showdown platform. That's the same moment. The track on the curved cantilever rotates automatically, and the heavy metal casting platform for players to compete automatically rises. As the orbit advanced, ultimately, hanging at a height of 15 meters above the ground, one could overlook the vast arena for observation. Class 3, Grade 2, Group 8, Wang Luyao goes on stage for a test. Zhou Hua lifted his glasses. Witnessing Wang Luyao's appearance, he climbed onto the only platform for player duels. Magic card placement completed, start testing. 5 seconds later, the crystal flickered with red light. How could that be? I'm in the advanced stage of the 3rd level. He couldn't believe it. Eliminate, next one. Class 3, Grade 2, Group 8, Tong Jinyuan, Zhou Hua said in a tone without any emotional tone. Wang Luyao left the field after the deadline, disrupting the order of the competition. I will make a minor mistake once. Tong Jinyuan, eliminate, next one. In Class 3, Grade 2, Group 8, Zhan Qingfu went on stage for a test. 2 consecutive test failures. Zhan Qingfu appeared very nervous, and when he put the magic card into the slot, his hands were trembling slightly. Deng Qilang, who was already in a state of readiness, snorted disdainfully. Is there any need for a showdown with such an opponent? However, normally speaking, each group will always have 2 students who pass the test, and their opponents should be Mr. Zhan Qingfu. 5 seconds later. The crystal at the front end of the contestants' showdown platform flickered with red light. There were thousands of people around the duel arena, many of whom were surprised and could hear some noisy sounds. The 8th group surprisingly failed to gather 2 students who passed the test. Zhan Qingfu, eliminate. Zhou Hua announced the result. Deng Qilang looked up at Zhou Hua and asked, Director, may I ask if I can directly announce my promotion in this situation? This proposal is quite reasonable. Zhou Hua's gaze turned to Deng Qilang. With the pressure from the teaching director, just one glance made Deng Qilang feel uncomfortable. She said, in the 9th group, one person will be selected on the spot to go to the 8th group. You should be honest and wait for your opponent. Yes. He lowered his head. The situation has changed. All 3 people in the 8th group failed the test. We need to draw candidates from the 9th group now. The 9th group also has 4 people. They are Su Chengyang, Dueling, Bai Qi, and Tu Qingji. The front row of Class 3. Zhang Mingyun and He Nanyuo both looked very surprised. It was the first time this situation had occurred. Su Chengyang, I definitely want to choose you. You are the strongest in the 9th group. He No secretly grabbed Su Chengyang's clothes and whispered. She just finished speaking. Su Wu remained silent and spoke up. Group 9, select a foolproof person to come out and prevent this situation from happening again. I am quite familiar with Su Chengyang, and there is no problem with his strength. Zhou Hua looked at Su Chengyang and said, Su Chengyang, this is a temporary special situation. You can also choose to give up and randomly select a candidate from the 9th group of 4. Think carefully and don't have any concerns. Su Wu observed Su Chengyang calmly. This aura is really familiar. Many people in the class looked at Su Chengyang. The first and third grade students did not know Su Chengyang, but following the gaze of the second grade, they also roughly understood who Su Chengyang was. So many people looked at themselves at the same time. Su Chengyang suddenly realized that he didn't seem as introverted and shy as he had imagined. Faced with the gaze of so many people, he remained indifferent and even a little excited. Su Chengyang, don't worry about face. You can secure a promotion spot in the 9th group. There is a promotion result. The benefits are the most important. He Noa pinched Su Chengyang's small arm with his finger, grabbed his skin, and didn't let him get drunk. Go, don't be impulsive, Zhang Mingyun also advised on the side. Look at the two friends who are worried about themselves. Su Chengyang's heart warmed. When there is a loss, it is true, but when there is a real problem. The two are still genuinely considering themselves. Promotion fruit is an extremely rare item that can only be possessed in specific occasions, and its purpose and quota are fixed. Even the God-level powerhouse cannot produce a single one, even if it is the most basic third-level advanced breakthrough to the peak of the third-level promotion fruit. Class teacher Jiang Qingyao also looked at Su Chengyang. He said, "You have the right to make your own choices. If there is a situation, the teacher can make the decision for you." Su Chengyang took a deep breath. It can be seen that his expression is really becoming painful. Su Chengyang. You look so conflicted, so painful. He No said. Su Chengyang turned his head and looked at He No, who was worried. Say. Is there a possibility that I was hurt by your twisting? Hiss. Ah. I'm sorry. She quickly released her hand, embarrassed and blushing. That's also the moment. Su Chengyang suddenly stood up, with a straight posture. Staring squarely at the teaching director Zhou Hua, judges Su Wu, and Bai Gu. Raise your voice and say, I choose to appear. Chapter 9. Summoning. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhou Hua looked at Su Chengyang and nodded in approval. Okay, then let's make an appearance. Amidst everyone's gaze, Su Chengyang left his seat. Step forward and walk towards the platform for player showdowns. On the west side of the competition platform, Deng Qilang stood high, overlooking Su Chengyang as he climbed onto another platform. The testing is about to begin. He let out a soft snort. Find your own dead end. I had planned to meet Su Chengyang in the second round, the final round. Since we met earlier, he wouldn't hesitate. Su Chengyang, soon we will be people from two different worlds, Deng Qilang thought to himself with one hand on his waist. Qingbei University is one of the top universities in China, but students from Qingbei University also have an equal rank. As long as promoted to the elite class, there will be some progress in all aspects, and if you can participate in the college league in the future, it will also lead to a super fast promotion path. Deng Qilang looked at Su Chengyang's figure, and as his vision became broad enough, he suddenly felt that the other person was not so annoying either. But initially, he was seen as a competitor, and when he met his opponents, he was particularly envious. It's not the same level of existence, I was narrow-minded before, he muttered. My true opponent should be Zhang Mingyun, and He Nanuo is right. Turn your perspective to Su Chengyang. He is standing on the player's showdown platform with both feet. I took out 3 magic cards, namely, Angel Flower Demon, 3-star blue, Flame Heavy Knight, 3-star blue, and Fully Armed. Flowing Fire Battle Spear, 3-star blue. 3 magic cards were placed in the slot one by one. He swiped his right hand over the card box and a 4th magic card appeared in his hand. Holding this 4th magic card, Su Chengyang looked at it, the White Dragon. Place it in the card slot. Blue-eyed White Dragon, 3-star, blue, 5 seconds later. The crystal at the front end of the competition platform shines with green light. Test passed, start showdown. Zhou Hua announced. Many viewers were cheering, and after experiencing 3 consecutive defeats just now, the tests began to become different. Su Chengyang felt the player's platform trembling under his feet, and it automatically rose. As it rose in height, it moved towards the end of the cantilever. Until the contestants compete on the platform, completely stop at the end of the cantilever and remain motionless. This is the first time that Su Chengyang has stepped onto the player's showdown platform in such a large-scale arena. He will retract all 4 magic cards placed in the card slot and place them in the storage location of the magic cards on the operating table. Su Chengyang raised his head and looked at Deng Qilang across from him. The two were separated by more than 100 meters, and one could see that he had an indescribable arrogance in his expression, as if he was a figure in the clouds, destined for victory. This expression and demeanor, looking at the entire third class, was just what he could reasonably do. Su Chengyang doesn't like this kind of person. Arrogant, and before everything truly hits the hammer, he is already a guy who considers himself a high-ranking person. Coincidentally, people are divided into groups. Zhang Mingyun and Hinanyuo, as good friends of Su Chengyang, also dislike such people very much. Su Chengyang has no intention of saying more nonsense. Is it because I'm about to be eliminated, feeling depressed and not saying a word? Deng Qilang raised his eyebrows and asked. Is there a possibility that I won't speak because the person across from me is too unattractive? I want to see if your magic card monster has such a sharp mouth. Deng Qilang grabbed a magic card and his gaze was sharp. Put it into the first card slot. Xian said, summon the demon card monster in a way that is not the main battle demon card monster, and use the power of the summoner. Come, my evil breath monster. The magic card in the slot is shrouded in a beam of light, occupying one of Deng Qilang's magic card imprints. But something magical happened. The summoner of the player's duel platform released internal energy, replacing the consumption of Deng Qilang's own spiritual power. Equivalent to summoning magic card monsters without consuming their own spiritual power. The contestant confronts the crystal at the front end of the platform and pours all the energy of the magic card into the duel arena. The purple magic circle rises from one end of the duel arena. Woo-woo. Crying and howling sounded. Skeletons of unjust souls flew out one by one, hovering above the magic formation. The purple magic circle was like a deep lake, and a monster suddenly emerged from it, opening its bloody mouth and swallowing all the skeleton heads of the vengeful souls. The dense teeth add up to each other, like a big net, trapping all the unjust souls and skeletons and swallowing them in one gulp. The essence of the evil breath monster has emerged. It is about 5 meters tall and very large, with mucous membranes on its skin surface, resembling a mutated toad in shape. A pair of thick and short legs stood on the ground, with a plump tail hanging down. The toad's big mouth was covered in sharp teeth, and the longest 2 teeth, resembling those of walruses, hung out for over a meter. Gray hands patted against his belly, with 2 small yellow eyes on his huge head, greedily staring at Su Chengyang. The nose continuously produces sticky mucus, forming bubbles that explode and then generate new ones. Gulu, gulu. It patted its belly, and the compressed gas from its abdomen emitted a thick purple mist. It can only be said that it looks very delicate and intelligent on the outside, which makes Su Chengyang's physiology uncomfortable. This is my brand new magic card monster. As it is not a main battle magic card monster, its specific information will not appear on my personal information panel. Meanwhile, its information will be listed separately, Deng Qilang said in a low voice. This is also one of the rules. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net. Non-main battle magic card monsters will not be displayed on the player's own page information, but have independent information pages. Whether it is the giant screen or the main screen on the player's showdown platform, it will be synchronously updated and displayed. Magic card monster. Evil breath monster, 3 stars blue, magic card race. Alien race, water attribute, a special race formed by some races after mutation, with various strange characteristics, health value. 1600 out of 1600, non-main battle magic card monster, no life mark blessing, weakened own health value and no additional bonus, combat power/defense. 690/870, non-main battle magic card monsters, without the blessing of their own life seal, cannot fully unleash their combat power, its specific information is displayed. The main ability of this life mark is to allow magic card monsters to unleash their health and combat power without being weakened, while also providing additional vitality. As a monster that cannot fully unleash its power, the evil breath monster has such a numerical value that it is indeed strong enough. Su Chengyang, summon your monster. Deng Qilang pointed to Su Chengyang. Let me see, what kind of magic card monster are you constructing when you hide in the toilet? His last sentence deliberately activated private chat mode, and only 2 people could hear it. It depends on your abilities. Su Chengyang's true magic card monsters are not just blue-eyed white dragons. Earlier, he also used his talent. Deduction ability to deduce, modify, and enhance existing magic cards. I swiped my hand over the magic card. An additional magic card monster appeared at the fingertips. Summoning, shouted loudly. Chapter 10. Beating Evil Breath Monsters. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Summoning with non-main battle card monsters. Flame Heavy Knight. Insert the magic card into the first slot. In an instant, white light enveloped the magic card and began summoning monsters. The white stone ground of the duel arena. A spark floated up, with a faint glow, and thousands or even thousands of sparks stirred up around the shimmering flames. Among countless Mars, a humanoid figure, about 2.5 meters tall, gradually solidified and became clear. The flames condensed out of its body, covering every part of its body with crimson armor, making it a red heavily armored knight. Even its face is protected by a steel mask, and only a pair of light blue eyes can be faintly seen under the mask. Flames rose from its feet. The flames burned fiercely, brushing past its heavily armored boots, shin armor, belt, breastplate, and other areas, causing ashes to rise and gilding to appear on the edges of the armor. The fire became even more raging, condensing into a prismatic one-handed alloy shield at its left arm armor, and then burning in its right hand to form a dark black battle gun. The surface of the war gun has subtle cracks that can be faintly seen, and its interior is filled with the energy of the fire element. The residents of Class 3, Grade 2, in the first row. Class teacher Jiang Qingyao, as well as He Nanyuo and Zhang Mingyun, are very familiar with Su Chengyang's magic card monsters. This flame-heavy knight is clearly completely different from before. From its grandeur to its weapons and equipment, it is stronger than before. The information page of Su Chengyang appeared on the giant screen. Deng Qilang lowered his head to look at the screen and monitor of the player's console, and saw the information of the magic card monster summoned by Su Chengyang. I am very surprised. Surprisingly stronger than the evil breath monster. Magic card monster. Flame Heavy Knight, 3 stars, blue, magic card race. Warrior clan, fire attribute, health value. 2000/2000, non-main battle magic card monsters, without the blessing of their own life magic card imprint, their health value is reduced due to their high compatibility with the magic card master. Combat power/defense power. 890/790, non-main battle magic card monsters, without the blessing of their own life seal, but due to their high compatibility, they exert a very high proportion of combat power. Yanji Heavy Knight, assault, shield strike. Su Chengyang ordered directly. Flame Heavy Knight. It doesn't speak much harshly. The prismatic shield on the left arm condenses fire elements and launches a surprise attack at an astonishing speed. The high temperature of flames converged on the surface of the shield, hitting the abdomen of the sudden evil breath monster. Its skin and mucus were instantly dried, and its plump body trembled violently, like waves drifting. Pang Rant's body retreated continuously until it almost fell before standing firm. It has a fat belly with scorched marks, 870 points of defense, unable to withstand the high damage of heavy knights, and its health value has decreased by a full 150 points. Golem, Golem. It spat out a mouthful of filth, mixed with various types of biological waste, with a foul odor and toxins. The flame-heavy knight blocked himself with a shield, and the surface of the shield made a sizzling sound when hit. Me eat. The evil breath monster opened its big mouth, and after black gas diffused out, it spat out a plump tongue that was about to stick to the shield of the flame-heavy knight. But I never thought about it. The flame-heavy knight's tightly clenched battle spear pierced through its plump tongue, completely piercing it. The right arm unleashed a force of 1,000 pounds, and the massive evil breath monster, standing over 5 meters tall, was unexpectedly lifted and thrown heavily, hitting the ground of the duel arena. A close contact between the face and the white stone ground came. Shaking and smashing made me dizzy, swaying and almost unable to stand up. There was a burst of exclamation and cheers at the scene. This blow is so beautiful. The health of the evil breath monster has dropped to 1,200 points. If it continues like this, it won't take too long to be completely defeated. A senior named by the teaching director is truly strong, exclaimed a first-grade male student. A female student also saw it and said, "This kind of knight, really, so handsome." Pop 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 pop. He no is applauding. Cheers to Su Chengyang, congratulations. The combat effectiveness demonstrated by the flame-armored knight is excellent. The flame-heavy knight pulled out his battle gun and threw it on the back of the evil breath monster with his backhand. Its spine collapsed a few inches and it screamed in pain. With a successful combo, the flame-heavy knight did not stay behind and his body suddenly retreated, distancing himself from it. Its left arm trembled several times, shaking open the sticky liquid adhering to the surface of the shield. After this combo, evil breath monster's health plummeted to 989 points. Snoring. It kept emitting black water from its mouth, which adhered to its skin. It propped up its body and slowly stood up. The originally round little eyes were now fiercely staring at the flame-heavy knight. There was white steam constantly rising from the back, indicating that it was furious. The evil breath monster should restrain the flame-heavy knight. Su Chengyang, you really brought me a small surprise. Deng Qilang was somewhat surprised. Normally, the evil breath monster with water attribute and the flame-heavy knight with fire attribute are countered. But that's a normal situation. On the jury seat, Zhou Hua made a rare evaluation. A third level. Advanced stage mage who is restricted by spiritual power and has limited control over magic card monsters. Blue quality magic card monsters generally have not yet mastered the power of elements, but now the flame-heavy knight has mastered some of the elemental power through specific methods. First and second year students here can carefully observe and learn for reference. First year and second year students who watched the battle looked at Yan Ji's heavily armored knights or Su Chengyang with even greater admiration. The same 3-star magic card monsters also have vastly different combat abilities. The magic card monsters of the 3rd level advanced stage magic card masters are naturally inferior to those of the 3rd level peak stage magic card masters. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net, but there are always exceptions to everything. The contestants on the west side compete on the platform. Deng Qilang suddenly burst out laughing. He, truly worthy of being the teaching director, concise and concise. The blue quality magic card monster is indeed in the 3-star stage and has not mastered the power of the elements. As soon as he opened his mouth, he pretended to understand Wang's temperament, and Su Chengyang really didn't want to talk. Standing quietly like this, watching. Deng Qilang continued, a 3-star magic card monster that surpasses blue quality requires higher strength from the magic card master. Generally speaking, a magic card master in the 3rd level peak stage is needed to be recognized by the magic card monster and summoned. But there are always exceptions. If it's a family with a deep enough inheritance, with over 6 generations of bloodline inheritance, some Samsung magic card monsters that surpass blue quality can also be summoned and controlled. His voice suddenly rose. Many 2nd grade students, at this moment, their hearts tighten. Are you about to appear? A magic card that surpasses the blue quality of 3 stars. Su Chengyang looked at Deng Qilang and knew that he had said some things well, but he also intentionally omitted some. True Tianjiao, even in the 3rd to advanced stage, can still control magic card monsters that surpass blue quality. On the dual player platform opposite Su Chengyang, Deng Qilang raised his arm and pointed his finger at him, restraining his laughter and arrogance, saying, "And I happen to have such a legacy." Su Chengyang, how can you resist magic card monsters from bloodlines of 6 generations or more? It's coming. He squinted his eyes and grabbed a 3-star magic card, whose name was prominently in blue font.